Okay, I'm going to go through some points on this Kyle Ritenhouse trial. And you may not like them, and I really don't care, but they're legally sound. 1, let's go with the concept that Kyle Ritenhouse was not legally able to carry the gun he was carrying in the state he was carrying it. If I, as an unlicensed person, went out, bought a car, and drove it without that driver's license, some idiot runs a stop sign, I crash into him, he dies, I am automatically at fault for that accident. Why? Because I was on the road when I should not have been on the road. So me just being on the road caused that accident. Okay? Plain, simple, blank, period. So I should be prosecuted for manslaughter. Because I was in a car I should not have been in and driving it. Kyle Rittenhouse had a gun he should not have been having and was carrying it in a public place. Right there. He's at fault. Okay? Number 2, let's go with the second set of problems here. Kyle Rittenhouse was in a group of people. He put down a fire extinguisher to point a gun at unarmed people. Excuse me. This enraged these unarmed people. Excuse me. They then went after him. One of the people had a psychological problem. Yes. He then shot him and killed him. Okay, fine. Let's say that one was justified. Okay? He then goes walking down the street and sees 2 cop cars. He does not try to stop those cop cars. He just walks by with his hands up in the air. He should have stopped them officers, reported to them what happened, and handed over his gun at that moment. But he didn't. That would have avoided the other 2 people who came along trying to stop him. So he shoots the second person. The second person goes down. What does Kyle do? Does he then leave because he has eliminated that threat? No. He shoots that person again to be sure he's dead. He didn't want to eliminate the threat. He wanted to kill him. Period. The last person he wounded. That man had a gun. If that man really wanted to hurt Kyle Rittenhouse instead of detain Kyle Rittenhouse, he would have shot him. But he didn't. And in fact, he himself ended up being shot. And the only reason those last 2 people were attacking him was to try and stop him and turn him into the police, which he himself should have done in the first place. And he didn't. So the second shooting and the third shooting was his fault. Pure and simple. The second murder and the third injury was Kyle Rittenhouse's fault and nobody else's. The first shooting would have never happened if Kyle Rittenhouse did not have a gun. And in fact, Kyle Rittenhouse would not have been at risk of being attacked if he would not have been out after curfew. So please excuse me. Quit giving the excuse on this little white boy on how he's so innocent. He's not innocent. There's nothing innocent about what he did. He went out there looking for trouble. He got it, and he ended up murdering 2 people. Plain and simple. Let alone he illegally went out there looking for trouble with an illegal gun that if he would have never had that problem happen. He probably would have went home without a problem one. But he had an illegal gun in his hand in a city he had no business being in, that he did not live in. And that's plain and simple. So just simply him being there illegally with that gun makes him at fault. No difference than if I get in a car without a driver's license, drive it, and get in an accident automatically, no matter who is at fault, who run the stop sign, who did what, I am automatically at fault for that accident. Because if I was not in that car, that accident wouldn't have happened. If Kyle Ritenhouse never had a gun on him or never stayed out past curfew, them 2 murders never would have happened. So stop your boo-hooing on how innocent Kyle Ritenhouse is. He was not innocent, and he knew the gun he was carrying illegally. He knew it. He knew it. So he wantonly and willingly broke the law.